Once again, it's time to be with the image of a child and reflect on our original nature, something that we don't often do. That remembering that we are, when we are born, fresh, new, curious, awe-inspired. In fact, looking into a child's eyes, you can see what's going on is beyond words. And as I've said before, that sounds happen mysteriously. Mother comes in the room, mother leaves. Interpretation, filing, contrasting, comparing, coloring events can't happen because there's not memory established or learned consciousness or intellect developed yet. So there's this pure innocence there in that child, and sitting with that can be transformative. It can help us undo the conditioned state. So by the time we're 3 or 2, we know our name and we become somebody, a personal somebody with memories and preferences. So then conditioning comes in, and built on that are the shoulds and shouldn'ts of the world, and the impulses are born to have an identity or have identities and a special purpose in the world. On a spiritual level, I still believe we are gifted, each of us gifted, with a unique contribution, and so we are to kind of listen to that. And that became recontextualized for me and for many of my friends that I work with, self-awareness work. So as while I would help people and while I would advocate and while I personally make sure I use my gifts, one of my favorite sayings is, "Don't die with a song left in you," as spoken of by Dr. Wayne Dyer. A greater embodiment has come to me, and after looking at many teachers and sharing with friends, it's a big yes inside for me to realize that my purpose is this. Not me talking on a YouTube clip or not me necessarily sharing philosophy, but this moment, this mystery here, and abiding in it, vibrating in it, having some resonance in this unconditioned state that's still available even if I'm not an infant, that I can have a little bit more affection for what's under the intellect. So if my purpose was to do a YouTube clips, I would be fulfilling my purpose about 10 minutes every 2 weeks or so. And what would be with the rest of my life, the rest of my time? And what if the unique contributions I make are a bit modest, and the humility, the tone in my heart about my modest contribution to the world is another level of my offering, that I'm not in angst, I'm not contributing to negativity or the despair, that I'm not fulfilling some special purpose, and I'm not popular or worldly renowned in my mission. So basically, in conditioned self, we wear ourselves out with missions and purposes and ideals. And if you were to look at the consciousness of the sages, Gandhi included, you're looking at a quality of consciousness in action. And it does not exclude the specific thing one is feels called to do, but we really look at the state of consciousness we're doing things in. So this becomes a whole different thing. What we do represents who we are, or where we are at, or what we feel is true in consciousness. So for me, I feel as though if I can have more affection for the unconditioned state, that original mind, the innocence, I can bring that powerful curiosity, that transformative essence to every moment. So whether I'm at my day job doing the nuts and bolts or walking down the street. It can be my meditation, it can be done prayerfully. So this is, to me, what a transformed consciousness does. And this is maybe a humbler path, not to exclude that we could be successful as the world would see it, but we're not hooked into that. We're not defined by it. So my life purpose is this right here. This is it. Not me speaking on YouTube, but whatever appears is part of my greater purpose, which is to abide and be in the aliveness of now, in the innocence of that nature underneath intellect. And so that takes a little bit of affection and imperative to look at what's under the story of the mind and all of the trappy favorites that the mind likes to propel and court us into. So that's my thought for today. Thank you for listening, and please feel free to email me with any replies or questions, and look over the website at infiniteaffinity.com, and have a great day. Thank you.